Okay, so we're now looking at model construction. Now this is as simple as importing the STL files for each section of your mine that we created in Rhino and then assigning the zone sizes individually to those STLs. So in this case for my Stope file, this is the only one that you absolutely have to include, by the way. The others have a toggle button to indicate that you can not include them. Here, topography is an example. If I turn that off, then I'm not including a topography file. So what I'll do is this take me immediately to my working folder when I choose to upload file, and I'm going to find Stopes. And now stopes.stl becomes the stope shape. The stope shapes. This is called Stope, by the way, because this software StopeXamine was created primarily for underground stoping mining operations, but this parameter really is the whatever you're mainly excavating in your model. It doesn't necessarily have to be stopes. So zone densification distance is how far from this geometry, the stopes, I would like my minimum zone size to be applied. So I'm going to go, 5 meters. So anywhere 5 meters around this part of geometry, StopeXamine will attempt to apply a smallest zone size of 1.5. We'll leave that at 1.5 for now, that will be fine. And relative geometrical accuracy around the stopes, I'm going to put maximum. If I were to set this to minimum, then when StopeXamine is creating my model, it will sacrifice this smallest zone size here in favor of creating a model with the specified amount of elements that I put. You'll remember that I indicated 2 million zones in settings, so if it's struggling to make a model with 2 million zones, then it will sacrifice a few zones here if I've got this set to minimum. But maximum will be the highest priority, so I'll leave it with that. Topography I'll do a little different. You'll notice I've got it turned on. I'll choose my topography file. I'll say that the zone densification distance here is 5 meters as well, but geometrical accuracy, I only want minimum because I'm not really too fussed about what's happening near the open pit. And then smallest zone size, 6 is fine. Again, I'm not going for a particularly fine mesh in this area. Development, similar scenario to topography. I'm not as fussed with what happens here. I'll do a smallest zone size of 3. I'll say intermediate for geometrical accuracy. And then my area of interest, this is where I'm really keen to get the zone size quite fine. So let's go for it. Let's put 0.75, the smallest zone size I've gone for. Zone densification distance doesn't need to be anything because remember this area of interest, these are big bounding boxes that wrap up what I'm interested in. This is the advantage of creating an area of interest. And the geometrical accuracy should be maximum. So I'm aiming to create a nice fine mesh in the areas that I'm most interested in. And then historical mining, know that I can upload that, and that's not going to be as important either. Okay, so now we can move on to setting our rock mass domain parameters.